Did you know that with just a few simple steps, right from the comfort of your own couch, you can completely streamline your vehicle registration renewal? Well, you absolutely can. In today's explainer, we're going to unlock everything you need to know about renewing your vehicle registration by mail in Michigan. Stick around to ensure you have every single detail covered so you can skip those long lines and get your tabs sent straight to your mailbox. Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with the basic requirements, walk you step by step through the standard mail-in process, tackle special circumstances like lost notices, navigate a few common pitfalls, and then finish up with a quick recap. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, Renewal Basics and Requirements. Let's look at exactly what it takes to keep your vehicle legal in the state of Michigan. By law, your vehicle's registration tabs and license plate expire annually, right on your birthday. Now, if your birthday happens to fall on a weekend or an officially recognized state holiday, Michigan actually gives you a little grace period. Your deadline automatically extends to the very next active business day. But honestly, you definitely want to keep that date circled on your calendar because missing it has some immediate consequences. And here is exactly why you don't want to be late. Failing to renew on time hits you with an immediate, non-prorated $10 late fee. But to be real, that $10 is the least of your worries. If you're caught operating an unregistered vehicle on public roads, you're risking law enforcement citations, much heavier fines, and potentially even having your vehicle impounded. So getting this done early is absolutely crucial. To avoid those headaches entirely, you just need to gather 3 essential items before you even grab an envelope. First, you need your official renewal notice. Second, a physical, legible paper photocopy of your valid Michigan no-fault insurance certificate. And third, your payment, which has to be a check or money order. Cash is strictly prohibited in the mail, just to prevent any loss or theft during transit. Moving right along to Section 2, the mail-in step-by-step. Let's build out the actual blueprint for a standard, no-fuss renewal. The standard process is wonderfully straightforward. It's really just 4 easy steps. Step 1, verify the pre-populated data on your official renewal notice to make sure your vehicle details and address are perfectly accurate. Step 2, enclose that legible paper copy of your Michigan no-fault insurance. Step 3, write your check or money order for the exact fee shown on the notice, made payable to the state of Michigan. And Step 4, pop it all into an envelope. You'll mail that completed packet straight to the Michigan Department of State Internal Services section. That's at 7064 Kroner Drive, Lansing, Michigan, 48918. And here's a massive pro tip for you. Michigan actually allows you to process your renewal up to 6 months in advance of your expiration date, so there is literally no reason to sweat it out until the last minute. As for the timeline, once you drop that envelope in the mail, you've got to have a little patience. You should wait exactly 30 days after sending it before taking any further action. If a full 30 days pass and your tabs still haven't arrived at your home, well, that's the time to contact the Secretary of State's office or visit a branch for a replacement. Which brings us to Section 3, handling special circumstances. Because, let's be honest, life doesn't always fit into a perfect little box, does it? For instance, what if you lose your pre-printed notice? Or maybe it just never showed up in the mail. The state isn't going to mail you a second one, but don't panic. You aren't out of luck. You can just compile a manual packet. You'll need to figure out your exact fee by using the state's online registration fee calculator or by calling their info line at 517-636-5872. Then, instead of the notice, you just toss in a clear photocopy of your current or most recent vehicle registration card along with your insurance copy and payment. Easy fix. Now, routing is absolutely everything when you're dealing with state bureaucracy. A standard in-state renewal goes to Lansing, zip code 48918. But if you're currently out of state and need your tabs mailed somewhere else, you have to route your packet to a specialized unit using the zip code 48980. Sending it to the wrong zip code is a surefire way to cause massive delays, so double-check those numbers. If you happen to be an out-of-state student, active military, or maybe a snowbird spending the winter somewhere warm, you have 2 great options here. Option A is the standard mail packet, sent to that 4898 zip code we just mentioned, but you must include a written note clearly stating the temporary out-of-state address where you want those physical tabs delivered. Option B is a lifesaver if you don't carry a checkbook. You can fill out Form BFS-57, which authorizes the state to charge your credit card, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or Amex. You can mail that form in, or you can even fax it for faster processing. Next up, Section 4. Navigating pitfalls and FAQs. Let's look at a few common traps you'll definitely want to dodge. Here is a huge one. Trying to use an out-of-state auto insurance policy. Under Michigan's No-Fault Auto Insurance Act, all registered motor vehicles absolutely must be covered by a valid Michigan no-fault insurance policy. If you try to send in a certificate from an out-of-state provider, your renewal will be flat out rejected, your registration could be canceled, and you'll be driving illegally. It has to be Michigan no-fault, no exceptions. Okay, this brings up a great question that we see all the time. If you move, does simply filling out a U.S. Postal Service change of address form automatically update your vehicle registration records with the state? The short answer? Nope. A postal address change doesn't notify the Department of State at all. However, Michigan law actually has a brilliantly seamless system for this. When you legally update the address on your Michigan driver's license or state ID, the state database automatically propagates that change across all of your linked vehicle registration records. It's a fantastic 2-for-1 update. Here's another frequent scenario. Picture this. You just sold your car privately. Can you be a nice person and let the buyer use your license plate just to drive it home? Absolutely not. Seriously, you need to remove your plate the very second you sell a vehicle. Never let a buyer borrow it. Why? Because legally, you are the one responsible for that plate. If they run a red light camera or rack up a bunch of parking tickets on their way home, you are on the hook for it. Fortunately, Michigan law gives the buyer 3 days to drive the vehicle directly home without a plate, as long as they have the newly assigned title and their own proof of insurance. So, keep your plate, you can just transfer it to the next vehicle later. Finally, Section 5, Recap and Legal Disclaimer. Let's land this plane and bring everything together so you can tackle this without any stress. To quickly summarize today's explainer, your absolute hard deadline is your birthday. Miss it, and you're paying a $10 fee. You must include physical paper proof of valid Michigan no-fault insurance. Ensure your payment is a check or money order made out exactly to the state of Michigan. And if you're navigating a special circumstance like being out of state, pay very close attention to those specific routing zip codes. And of course, a quick reminder that this explainer is for informational purposes only. Bureaucratic requirements and procedures can and definitely do change over time. So please always verify these details with the official Michigan Secretary of State's office to ensure you have the most current info before mailing any of your personal documents. Now that you're armed with exactly what to do, it's time to get that envelope packed and in the mail. It really makes you wonder, though. If navigating the DMV by mail can be this incredibly simple once you know the rules, what other bureaucratic hurdles in our lives are just waiting to be completely streamlined?